This is the Basilica of Santo Spirito, Holy Spirit in English. And it's one of the outstanding architectures of the Renaissance age. It's a church that was designed by Filippo Brunelleschi, the same man who built the Cathedral Dome, and is considered to be a true masterpiece of early Renaissance architecture. It's really famous. There's an inside view that you shouldn't miss, with plenty of columns, very fascinating. 35 gray stone columns all around you. And this church was originally designed to have its facade this side, not that side where the facade is today. Besides this point, we know that Brunelleschi's idea was that of having the entire well scalloped, inside as it is today, and outside where in fact today is straight. This was the chapel of the Nerli family. And you see the Nerli family commissioned from Filippino Lippi at the end of the 1400s this beautiful altarpiece, which comes together with its original gilded wood frame. You see the Madonna and Child put at the center, saints all around, and near to the left, kneeling, Mr. Nerli, together with his wife to the right. Those are the commissioners of this magnificent work of art that also show us in the background a view of Florence as it was at the end of the 1400s. The Michelangelo carved that Christ out of wood in 1492. At that time, Michelangelo was 17 years old. This is Piazza Santo Spirito, the center of the entire group, the natural meeting point of the residents. There are stores all around. There's an outdoor market that is run daily, and on Sundays there are special markets, even more populated than you can see today. And this is the place where I live here, not far from here, and so I can tell you for sure, this is the place where we come for a cappuccino, to sit down, to chat, to find friends. Because the entire Oltrarno is like a small village, this is the center of that little village. This is Tony's, my barber shop, and also the barber shop of the ex-Prime Minister of Italy, Mr. Matteo Renzi. The silhouette of Mr. Commisso, the patron of the Fiorentina soccer team, Mr. Commisso from New York, Italo-American, and also patron of the Cosmos New York. Is now the patron of Fiorentina soccer team, and that's the most famous soccer player we have in our local team, the French, Franck Ribéry. We're rolling. Come va? Bene, te? Dov'è il boss?
Il boss è indaffarato.
È indaffarato, ma ora deve venire a fare i film.
Ah!
Buondì.
Ora glielo dico.
Quindi, che facciamo a fare o tu non abbia a fare, ora bisogna fare i film.
Buongiorno.
Ecco, this is Stefano Kolicicchi, one of the most important characters in town. He's a very strong, passionate fan of the Fiorentina soccer team.
Ale.
As you can see everywhere, look at the jersey.
Wow.
And he's a dear friend of mine, and I'm glad that you can meet him so far through the camera. But when you come to Florence, you will pass by here saying hello. Va bene?
Va benissimo.
In this neighborhood, there are very many memorial plaques on the walls of the houses where some famous people were born. Like, for example, Antonio Meucci on his house wall. It's written under his name that he was the inventor of the telephone. It's something that may sound very strange to you, because you learn that has been Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone. But I can tell you that Meucci was developing at the same time, the same idea, and the American Congress has recently agreed with an official document that Meucci was the inventor of the telephone together with Graham Bell. So that's quite interesting to know, and he was born right here. This is another memorial plaque with the name of Filippo Lippi written on it. The plaque tells us about this home having been the birthplace of a famous Renaissance painter Filippo Lippi, then Fra Filippo Lippi, who in fact was the father of that Filippino Lippi, whose painting masterpiece you have seen inside the Basilica of Santo Spirito. You may find strange that a friar could have a child, but you will find even stranger that the mother was a nun. This happened in the 1400s. They fell in love, and thanks to one of the Medicis, they were allowed to be married together, leaving their votes, leaving their religious orders. Behind me, there's an unfinished church facade. That's the Church of the Carmelites since the mid-1200s. It was rebuilt after a big fire in the mid-1700s. But the marble facade was never erected, so it remained just a wall. Inside this church, there's a small chapel of the Renaissance age, the burial chapel of the Brancacci family, that was painted by a genius of our early Renaissance painting, Masaccio, Masaccio, who lived up to 28 years and left on the walls of this burial chapel his masterpiece, the very first example of Renaissance painting.